All right, I've got a quick test here for you, and this is one that'll give students sometimes to illustrate a point so you can see how you do. Now, we're talking about subdivisions or note values. So we're talking quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, sixteenths, etc. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start playing here. And I want you to think to yourself, what type of note am I playing here? What subdivision is this? Give you a second to think about it. Okay, got your answer? Okay, so what if I start counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? Once I started counting, it was hopefully clear that those were eighth notes. Let's try this again. So let me again start playing here. Okay, again, what type of note is this? Okay, got your answer? So if I start counting now, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a. So those were eighth note triplets once I started counting. Let's do this one more time, okay? You got this. What kind of note is this? Okay, got it? So now if I start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So those, in that situation, were very fast quarter notes. So maybe you thought that that last example was 16th notes, or maybe you thought that the first example was quarter notes, or maybe you thought the second example was eighth notes. And hopefully by now you're starting to see what I'm illustrating, which is the fact that note values or subdivisions in and of themselves are not fast or slow. There is no inherent speed. So the title of this video might more accurately be 30-second notes aren't necessarily fast. If you have already established your tempo, if you know that you're playing at 80 BPM, or if you've established what your quarter note is, then you can make judgments about how fast your eighth notes are, your triplets are. But if I'm just playing you any rate of speed, the only real right answer to what note is this is you don't have enough information. There's no way of knowing. It could be anything depending on how I count it, or depending on what the tempo of the song is. So this may seem like a minor semantic quibble, but I think it is important when you're communicating with other musicians. And of course, this is something that I started doing when I would hear students talk about, like, oh my God, there were 16th notes in that song. Like, oh my God, that song had 32nd notes. Unbelievable. And I totally understand that, but I think it's important to clarify that there are some slow ballad songs where 32nd notes really aren't that fast at all. And there are also some really fast punk songs where the eighth notes are actually pretty darn quick. So I'm just clarifying some terminology here and hopefully taking a bit of the intimidation off of the very concept of 30-second notes, that they are not necessarily fast. So hope this helps. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.